That could be pretty scary, but I know Cinderace outspeeds. We can go for this, and we can go for a Calm Mind boost. I think it's good. Let's go, baby. Cinderace is going to be able to outspeed. Libero's going to transform it into the ground typing. We are going to go for Mud Slap into Miraidon, do barely any type of damage, but we're going to lower the accuracy of Miraidon. Parabolic Charge is going to fly. Not going to affect the Cinderace, baby. Let's go. And Lunala voiced the attack already. Let's go. Cinderace, my man. Is it a boy or is it a girl? Which one do I got? What gender do I got? And we get a Calm Mind off. Let's go. That's a W turn 1. What's going on, guys? Cisco here, back with some more VGC W battles, and today we've got a Sun team featuring Libero Cinderace with Mud Slap alongside Ironhead Koraidon. Yes, we are back to building team built by yours truly, Cisco Move. We are back and we're gonna start building a lot more teams and have more fun on the regulation eye ladder. So Cinderace is an insanely dope Pokemon, literally a fan favorite with Libero, which allows it to change into the type of the first move that it goes for that isn't a fire type move. So if we go for Pyro Ball, which is its exclusive move, which is like super dope. It looks super dope when it did animation back in Sword and Shield. But Cinderace still keeps its fire typing if it goes for that Pyro Ball. Why? Because it's already a fire type and it's going for that Pyro Ball, so it doesn't activate Libero. But if we go into a move that isn't a fire type, like for example Mud Slap or Sucker Punch, it will activate Libero, which will change Cinderace's typing into the typing of that move. So for example, if we go for Mud Slap, Cinderace will now become a ground type Pokemon, or if we go for Sucker Punch, will become a dark type Pokemon, so on and so forth. It's got the Choice Scarf to be able to outspeed the fastest Pokemon on this in the regulation eye ladder, such as Shadow Rider and the Miraidon. So Cinderace is going to be a really good Pokemon here to outspeed the opposing side and be able to do some good damage. So the goal with Cinderace is, like I said, to outspeed the top restricted Pokemon such as Miraidon and the Shadow Rider, and be able to hit them with super effective moves such as Mud Slap and Sucker Punch, which benefits us greatly against their typings and their exclusive moves. So Cinderace, if we go up against a Miraidon, will go for that Mud Slap, lower the accuracy of the Miraidon, do super effective damage to it, and transform into the ground typing. And if the Miraidon tries to go for that Volt Switch or like Electro Drift into the Cinderace slot, unfortunately we will now become immune to that little Volt Switch or Electro Drift thanks to Libero and transforming us into the ground typing. And the same goes for Shadow Riders. We can click Sucker Punch into the Shadow Rider, turn ourselves into the dark typing, get stabbed on Sucker Punch, be able to pick up a one-hit KO onto the Shadow Rider, or if they Terrasilize or the Focus Edge for some reason, the Astral Barrage will not be resisted thanks to our dark typing. So Cinderace is just going to be a really good Pokemon to be able to deal super effective damage onto the opposing side, especially the top restricted Pokemon, while be able to resist their highest hitting moves such as Electro Drift and Astral Barrage. So Cinderace, I'm super excited to use with the Choice Scarf. It's not maximized in speed. With the Choice Scarf, it has like 92 EVs into speed and has a speedy nature. It's sitting around, I think, 249 speed. So we outspeed regular Shadow Rider, we outspeed regular Miraidon, and we outspeed a couple other Pokemon. We do not outspeed Fluttermane, we do not outspeed the Choice Scarf Landorus. So there's a couple of Pokemon I know and have to keep in mind that we do not outspeed with the Cinderace, but we can transform into, we can tear into the grass typing and just be able to resist any ground type moves that come our way. So yeah, Cinderace is going to be super fun. And at the same time, Mud Slap is a really cool move where it just does 20 base damage, really weak move, but it lowers the accuracy of the opposing side. So that gives us a chance of dodging moves left and right by lowering their accuracy. And hopefully we can get some good RNG in today's video and dodge some moves thanks to Cinderace and its Mud Slap. As for the rest of the squad, we've got Koraidon here with Steel, Terra, Ironhead to help us up against those fairy types, which, you know, Koraidon just doesn't want to see. And we can easily catch them off guard because no one ever sees an Ironhead Koraidon. Literally, no one has ever seen an Ironhead Koraidon. I think I was one of the first ones to run it back in the beginning of like Regulation G when Koraidon was first available to be used, so when it was like single restricted. So yeah, Koraidon gonna be able to catch some Fluttermanes off guard with Siren Head and be able to do super effective damage. Then we got the Tingle with the Vessel Ruin to lower the special attack of everyone else on the field, and Rocks to stop the opposing side from just switching in and out, make them want to think before they want to pivot so much. So we can kind of get that terrain control with the Rillaboom while they kind of are stuck and not swapping in and out, because if they do continue to swap in and out, Stealth Rock is going to just continuously chip them down and do some really good damage. We also got Fissure just to go for those, you know, Hail Marys if we need it, Ruination to do half HP to the Pokemon, and then Sonora to lower the special attacks that even further. And then we got a tanky Lunala here with lefties and their Calm Mind. Just Calm Mind boost, get a +1 in special attack and special defense, be able to do some pretty good damage with Moongeist Beam and Moonblast, and get some good constant HP recovery with that leftovers. And then we've got the Rillaboom for terrain control, and then we got Fluttermane just to be able to do a ton of damage with the Focus Sash to be able to survive one super effective hit and with the normal Terror, just to kind of like dodge that Astro Barrage if we go up against that in a certain scenario. So that is the squad. Super excited to use CINDERACE and see if it can dominate, or it's going to be dominated in Regulation I. So let's get right into these battles with Choice Scarf, CINDERACE with Libero, and try to get some dubs. We got a battle against Robbie here, and it's going to be a electric team with MIRAIDON and the Raging Bull. You got the Iron Bund, you got Groudon, and you got Photograph with Whimsicott. So they could set up Tailwind just to give themselves some speed advantage, which kind of sucks because then we won't be able to turn into a ground typing before they go for a electric type move here, which kind of sucks. Kind of does suck. Maybe I should have put Icy Wind on this thing. Maybe I should have put Icy Wind on this thing, but it's okay. It's okay. So we definitely need Rillaboom here. Could go Koraidon, Lunala, and Rillaboom, or Tinglu also looks really, 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 really good here. And maybe I just leave behind Lunala, right? Or I could leave behind Koraidon. We know they're bringing their own son. Yeah, there's really not any dark side moves coming Lunala's way, so I'll just go with Lunala's, try to like get some Calm Minds going, and I'll bring Tinglu and Rillaboom in the back. I like that. I'm sorry, Koraidon, you're gonna have to sit this one out. No fairy types except for the Whimsicott here, but we don't care about that too much. All right, let's do it. Actually, I could have let Koraidon if they let the Whimsicott and gone for Steel Terror Ironhead, but that would kind of forces us to use a Terrestrialization right away, so let's just wait and see. Let's just wait and see. MIRAIDON and Bolt. So that is lovely. Lovely, lovely stuff. Why? Because we're going to be able to outspeed here. Now, I am worried about a little bit of something called Rising Voltage coming out here. That could be pretty scary, but I know CINDERACE outspeeds. We can go for this, and we can go for a Calm Mind boost. I think it's good. Let's go, baby. CINDERACE is going to be able to outspeed. Libero's going to transform it into the ground typing. We are going to go for Mud Slap into MIRAIDON, do barely any type of damage, but we're going to lower the accuracy of MIRAIDON. Parabolic Charge is going to fly. Not going to affect the CINDERACE, baby. Let's go. And Lunala avoids the attack already. Let's go. CINDERACE, my man. Is it a boy or is it a girl? Which one do I got? What gender do I got? And we get a Calm Mind off. Let's go. That's a W turn one. So now they might be able to, they might want to switch here. Wow. That is phenomenal. Phenomenal turn one. They are going to go for that Rising Voltage. We do have a +1 in special defense and Shadow Shoot, but it still does quite a bit of damage. Still does quite a bit of damage. Leftover is going to give us a little bit of HP back. And that's what you call the Beast of CINDERACE with Libero, baby. GG's. Wow, what a start. Already just causing a rage quit, and I think I like the same exact play. Now, the only issue here is if they lead the Kyogre, I might have to U-turn out instead of going for the... Actually, I could Wide Guard instead, actually. Yeah, I like this. Let's go. Let's do it. So, Lunala, we're going to go for the same exact play. If I see the Kyogre, I might just want to U-turn out just to, like, not Terrasilize. Bring out Koraidon and get the sun up so that Water Spout can do very little damage and we can go for Calm Mind instead. Or I could go Wide Guard and Mud Slap. We'll see. But I think I prefer just U-turning out here with the CINDERACE and getting rid of the terrain and bringing in Rillaboom. I think I like that a little bit better. And then going for that Calm Mind. So wow, what a hot start from the CINDERACE, baby, with Mud Slap, lowering the accuracy of MIRAIDON, causing it to miss that Parabolic Charge. That Parabolic Charge did no damage to my side. It only did damage to that Raging Bolt. That is fantastic stuff. If that doesn't, if that deserves a like. Point blank simple. That deserves a like. Come on. For CINDERACE, baby. For CINDERACE. Alright, what you got, Dash? Come on. Tornado Kyogre. Okay, that's kind of rough because he can set up Tailwind. He can set up Tailwind and outspeed me here. So I think this is more so of a simple play where we go for a little bit of a U-turn plus wide guard. Yep, we go for that. Just in case they click that tailwind and want to go for that water spout. I think I like this a lot. Now I want to see how much damage Pyro Ball can do, because Pyro Ball, stab in the sun, sheesh. Base 120, sheesh. Can do damage. All right, so Wide Guard's gonna fly. Are they going for tailwind here? No, they just go for taunt. That's fine. That's fine. Because we're gonna be able to U-turn out here. Do really good damage onto this Kyogre. Really good damage, baby. And I could come into Rillaboom just to kind of like pressure. I don't see the need to go into Koraidon here. Actually, yeah, we could go into Koraidon just to force them to go for Rain Dance instead. Yeah, I think that's a lot better. This is gonna force them to go into that Rain Dance and not go for Tailwind, meaning that we can outspeed and do some good damage. Ice Beam is gonna fly though into Lunala, not doing much damage, and we're chilling here. So we are taunted with Lunala, unfortunately, so we can't really go for much here. Either swap or stay in, right? Or I like the protect play a little bit here. Just gets to go Tailwind, Ice Beam. I think they might go Tailwind, Ice Beam here. Yep. Let's go, baby. We are reading them like a book right here. So they are going to be able to outspeed us, unfortunately. We are going to be able to block that. So now we can Terrasilize into Steel to avoid the super effective damage here. Moonguard Beam launches. How much damage are we going to be able to do? Decent. Decent. Not enough, but decent. And we're back to Shadow Shield, baby. Back to Shadow Shield. I think we always do this, right? Steel Terra. They probably go for Rain Dance, but I don't think they go for Water Spout here. If they go for Water Spout, that's a really good read. I mean, Origin Pulse, that's a really good read. But Origin Pulse isn't 100% accurate, so there's a good chance we can dodge some moves here. No, they should go Bleak Wing. All right, lovely. Get a speed drop on the Lunala, doesn't really matter. Ice Beam's flying it. They're doubling it to Lunala, okay. Ricky Swipe is gonna launch. Pick up the KO on Kyogre, baby. Let's go. And then Moonblast is gonna fly. Rocky Helmet on who? On Tornadus? Huh, fair play. And Moonblast does great damage on Tornadus. Okay, that's really good. That's really good. These are some really good couple of turns that we're having right here. Miranda's gonna fly back out. I could go ahead and start bringing in Rillaboom. I think I might do that. You still have one turn of taunt, so you really can't do much here. I think I like this. Gives us a turn of Fake Out. Gets rid of the taunt on Lunala. I like it. I like it. So bye-bye turn for you. They could be going for Volt Switch here, but I'm not really too worried about that. I'm gonna Terrasilize right away. Probably gonna be into parry. And we have Iron Head. Ooh, I want to hit that Iron Head. Let's go. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. We gotta focus up here. Oh, fake out in Iron Head right here. That's fine. Fake out an Iron Head should be able to do this. We should be looking at a choice specs MIRAIDON, right? Nice, no Volt Switch. E-Drift into you. Take that like an absolute beast, baby. It's Life Orb. Fair enough. Who do they have in the back? Probably Iron Hands. They could also be going into Ferrograph. It could very well be Ferrograph, you know. Could be Ferrograph, you know. Ferrograph, all right. Wow, we're playing some Pokemon right here. We're playing some Pokemon. They're gonna go for the Volt Switch, which we are able to survive. Now Iron Head's gonna fly first, be able to KO the Tornadus here. And then you turn into Ferrograph and we're gonna be able to do some good chip. I like it. I really do like it. I love where we're sitting right now. U-turn's gonna fly. They're gonna be forced to bring them right on, set up the electric terrain, and we can just come right back into the Rillaboom and set up the grassy terrain right back up. All right, so we're gonna go to Cinderace here. Just have some fun with the Cinderace. It had a really good turn one of you turning out and doing some good damage onto Kyogre, but now I want to see where. See Sun Fades. That's kind of rough. But their Tailwind is gone. Their Tailwind is gone, ladies and gentlemen. So we're gonna see Head-On Engine Fly. I'm gonna come into Rilla, obviously. And do I go for Pyro Ball? Or do I choice onto the Mud Slap? I'm just gonna choice into the Pyro Ball, I think. Yeah, just get a good damage move onto the MIRAIDON, and then be able to sweep with the rest of the team. I think I like that. So Rilla's gonna be able to come out here, get rid of this terrain, reduce the damage output of this MIRAIDON, which is gonna be really key here. And if they go for Protect, then I can just swap out. Ally Switch, okay. Good Ally Switch. Very good Ally Switch. Very well done. Powerball's gonna fly into the Ferrograph instead this time. Do really good damage on this Ferrograph. Get a burn as well. Wow, Cinderace is on a mission right now. Cinderace is on a mission. And they're going to E-Drift. So we could have gone for the... Wow. Could have gone for Mud Slap here. It would have been really cool. Mud Slap would have been really, really cool. But unfortunately, we do not get off. Actually, hold up. We might be kind of. So they are going to want to go for. I know my Kraidon is max speed. Do I leave it up to chance? You know what? I will leave it up to chance. I'll leave that up to chance. See if we're able to outspeed and pick up a KO with Iron Head. I think that's my best bet. If not, then I could just come in with Lunala, Calm Mind up, boost up, and then go from there. Hope to get some good luck. I know this isn't the right play, just like hoping on a speed tie. Miraidon's just gonna protect. Okay, it's fine. It looks like they're gonna try to get rid of Miraidon. I mean Koraidon. Okay. They just go for protect. So we're gonna go down the same path. We're gonna hope on being able to outspeed here, win the speed tie. If we don't win the speed tie, it's a little bit of tough luck. But if we do, we're looking great. Remember, they have ally switch here. And I think they will ally switch. They're gonna ally switch. It's pretty obvious. It's pretty obvious, right? No. Wow. Wow, not what I expected. Okay. We're gonna pivot out. Coming to Lunala, really expecting the ally switch here, but I really don't mind this because now they have to. Ooh, ooh, that did damage. That did damage. Hold up. That actually did a lot of damage. And foul play seriously on the photograph? That's kind of crazy. I think I'm better off just ripping a Moonblast, right? Do I read the ally switch here? Let's go, baby. Let's go. Come on, pick up the KO, baby. That's GG. That's game. Critical hit didn't matter there, I think. I'm gonna say it didn't matter, but the reason why we went into that slot is we were either gonna pick up the KO on the photograph or we were gonna read the ally switch and pick up a KO onto the Miraidon if we won the speed tie. So going into that slot was always the right answer. Never targeting Miraidon. Never targeting Miraidon, because we either got rid of the photograph and allowing Lunala to survive for the rest of this game, or we got rid of Miraidon once and for all, and then it becomes a 3v1 versus a photograph. So really good stuff with this team so far. Some great plays, great reads. Ironhead, we are outspeeding, so I think we probably outsped the whole time. Or we just got really lucky, and that's why we got Steel Terra Ironhead Koraidon, baby. Why? Because it's always Fairy Terra Miraidon, baby. Jeez, let's go. 2-0 with the squad so far. Let's hop into the third one. All right, we've seen my boy CINDERACE dominate two Miraidon teams. No Miraidon, no Shadow Rider, but we do have a couple Pokemon that could cause us some trouble here. Sucker Punch onto the Giratina looks really good. That could be a really good option for us. What else? Don't really love the Gleamy Moro there. A lot of physical attackers, so Tinglu kind of doesn't have a purpose here. You have two Levitate Pokemon that aren't affected by... Well, actually, do Levitate Pokemon get affected by Stealth Rock? I think they do. Wouldn't be too bad. Actually, low-key Tinglu isn't that bad here. I'm gonna do this. So we're gonna look to either pivot out with the... We're gonna either look to pivot out with CINDERACE or attack and go for Stealth Rock with the Tingle, I think. Okay. Glamora and Ho. So this might be a little bit of a stall team, unfortunately, which is kind of annoying. Stall team just horrible. Horrible. I just don't want to allow them to set up toxic spikes, man. That's fine. Mud Slap shouldn't set up spikes. It's a critical hit. Lowers accuracy. We turn it to a ground type. Let's go, baby. Let's go. CINDERACE dodges and Tinglu dodges. Let's go. CINDERACE is the absolute best in this game, man. It's just CINDERACE. All bow down to CINDERACE. Everyone bow down to CINDERACE right now because it's the best Pokemon in the game. Must not play again, doing more super effect damage, lowering accuracy once again. Okay, they land Mortal Sprint this time. Fair enough. Can't complain there. Can't really complain there. So double poison coming out. It's kind of rough. But we're gonna go for Ruination here. Oh, they get rid of their Stealth Rock with that? I did not know that. Okay. So they swap in Koraidon for me, which is nice, I think. CINDERACE is gonna start taking some chip damage here. I'm gonna do this. Breaking Swipe should be able to do a lot of damage. They're actually swapping out. Give me a physical attack. You only had physical attackers, so lowering the attack stat of anyone would be great. That's a great Pokemon. Mustap is gonna fail though, unfortunately. But Breaking Swipe is gonna be really good here. Whew. That is fantastic damage, baby. Attack drop onto both of them. This Giratina should be a physical attacker, right? Oh, Rocky Helmet, man. Rocky Helmet. Life do as well? That's disgusting. That's a little disgusting. Okay, so I might have to swap out CINDERACE here. I'm gonna protect. I want to see what they want to go for here, because they might go for Terra and target down my Koraidon here, so I don't want to just allow them to pick up a KO with the Dragon type move onto Koraidon. Even though both of their attacks are lowered, I want to see where their head's at. And bringing in Tinglu. Actually, there's no spikes up. We could have brought in Lunala, but Lunala up against this Pokemon, don't really want to deal with that. So Tinglu's gonna fly. Gonna withdraw you into who? Mora. Glimmymora. And they just go for Break Swipe. Okay. So breaking swipe for breaking swipe, gonna do very little damage to Tinglu. They are gonna take Rocky Helmet chip as well. And this is another turn to set up rocks, right? While going for steel turn breaking swipe. So this is definitely a stall team. They're looking to stall us out, but our damage output is too good for them. We are going to be able to set, we are going to allow them to get up toxic spikes on our side, unfortunately, by going for breaking swipe here, but actually, it's not the end of the world. Gonna take some spiky shield damage and rocky helmet damage. That's actually a lot of damage. That's actually a lot of damage. And we're close to picking up the KO on this thing. Okay, another attack drop. They're gonna go for Shadow Force. We get up spikes, baby. I'm just gonna get rid of Glamora. I don't care. Get your toxic spikes up. Bye bye, Glamora. Get your spikes up, that's fine. I'm at least getting... I got a layer of stealth rock up. So that's gonna be able to chip up Ho-Oh tremendously. Shadow Force into Miraidon. -2 in attack. Barely doing any type of damage. And Snarl, oof, just barely misses out on the KO. Just barely misses out on the KO with Snarl. So Sunlight Fade, Singlu starting to take some pretty good damage with that poison chip. We gotta hurry up the process just a bit more here. We gotta stop this thing from going for Life Dew. Gonna be an opposing Tinglu. Okay. They still have Terastization. We go for another breaking swipe here. I'm not gonna go collision course because it could be poison typing. And by lowering this thing's attack, we're sitting in a really phenomenal position. And of course, oh, Iron Head is gonna be wonderful too. Unless you get rid of us with a ground type move here. Good protect. Very good protect. Maybe I should have protect there. Played it nice and simple. Come on, I need you to survive here. EQ. That's bye-bye Miraidon. Well played. Well played. Very good turn there. Very good turn. Good Terra. Hey. Oh, you can only stealth rock once. What am I doing? We're not looking too hot here, guys. We're not looking too hot. Gotta go for the Hail Mary, right? Actually, low key. Yeah, we'll do this. Shadow Snake flies. We should be able to survive that. Yeah. I think it's -2 in attack. Pyro Ball is going to get rid of you. Good KO. Can we outspeed the Land Fissure? No, they outspeed and go for EQ. Damn it! Very terrible. Won them the game. Quite literally won them the game. Lunala's gonna come out, gonna get poisoned. That's not really that good though. Yep, we get poisoned. Whew. Ton of damage right there. Hopefully this Moongeist Beam just picks up the KO on Ho-Oh here. We get rid of Ho-Oh, start... Oh, you're protecting that thing. Do you have a Dark type move? No, they only have EQ. Hold up. Hold the phone. Eh. That poison is doing too much. Go Moongeist Beam again, I guess. But with Vessel of Ruin being out, we might not even be able to pick up the KO. Come on. Game over. Game over. Yeah, that's exactly why I wanted to get rid of this thing. Alright, GG's. Just a really tanky Pokemon, really tanky team. The only mistake I had here, which I could have turned the game around, was when I kind of get a little aggressive and went for that break and swipe. Should have protected that turn instead. But it is what it is. We go 2-1 so far. Gonna jump into a fourth one real quick and see if we can find a Shadow Rider. All right, we've got Shadow Rider. We got Shadow Rider this time. All right, lovely. Definitely bringing in you. This is good. But Tinglu's also really good here. Oh, Tinglu's actually fantastic. Rillaboom is mostly here to get rid of the terrain. Do I need Rillaboom? I mean, Rillaboom up against the Kyogre looks fantastic. Tinglu. If we bring Tinglu, we kind of have to force Terra up against Kyogre and Shenpao. I don't know. This one's definitely rough. Because it's not like Rillaboom does fantastic here. The only reason we bring in Rillaboom is to stop the Psychic terrain so we can go for Sucker Punch. Or we could just U-turn out here. It sounds dumb, but we're gonna do this. I just really like Tinglu up against this Shadow Rider and the Kyogre. With the Vessel of Ruin, we can reduce the damage output from the side tremendously. Tremendously. Alright. Let's look to go 3-1 so far. Let's try to go 3-1. It's gonna be these two. Potentially just Tailwind and Sucker Punch. I don't believe Cinderace dies here. Let's do this. If you get rid of Shenpao, that's like free Tinglu territory. Tinglu can just thrive. And I don't want to have to take so much unnecessary damage to Lunala. So we're going to go into the Fairy Terra here. Kind of forced to. I like what I see. Ha, I like what I see. U-turn's going to fly. We're going to transform into the Bug type. Do great damage onto Shenpao. They're not going for Sucker Punch, which kind of scares me. Because now I don't know if I want to bring in Tinglu or not. I don't think they go ISO Crash into the Koraidon slot, right? I'm going to bring Tinglu regardless, though. I'm gonna bring it Tinglu regardless because I want to force them to bring out their weather first. Great Terra. I mean, great swap. Oh, nice. And they're gonna die to Rocky Helmet, actually. Totally meant that. And Moonblast is gonna be able to chip up this thing a little bit. A little bit? A lot of it. A lot of it. Okay, so we're now sitting in a really good position where we can just start clicking Snarl. But no, I won't do that because I am taunted, so I can't go for wide guard, and that puts my Tinglu in a vulnerable position. But it's Shadow Rider, so yeah, I'm just gonna click Snarl. Just clicking Snarl, baby. Click Snarl. And we go for... I'll double into you, I think. Yeah, we'll do that. So Astral Barrage flies. Oh my goodness, that barely does any damage. Well, that does a lot more damage. My goodness, that does a lot more damage. Moonblast's gonna fly into the Whimsicott. Get rid of the Whimsicott. Snarl's gonna connect onto the Shadow Rider. Hopefully. Yes, it does. And does really good damage. Lower the special attack of that thing. Alright, sweet. I think at this point, we come into Miraidon here. Get rid of their weather. How many more turns am I taunted for? Just one. The wide guard looks phenomenal. But getting rid of terrain, and probably just going for this. Let's just do that. I like Tinglu here. Tinglu could definitely close this game out if it has enough support. So we're gonna get the sun back up. Are they gonna Terrasilize this turn? Probably, right? No. Just a water spout. And that's Choice Scarf. Hold up, that might be an issue. That's Choice Scarf. Okay, hold up. I gotta think this through. I gotta think this through. That's Choice Scarf. That's doing. That's fast. But Sucker Punch doesn't care about who's faster. Come on, just attack with your horsey. Just attack with your horsey. Just do it. So it was a good call from us for not bringing in Rillaboom. Come on, just attack with the horsey and the game is complete. Because then it becomes a... Well, depends how much Water Spout does here. That's Terra. Okay. Don't protect, man. Don't protect. Please don't protect. Just attack. Water Terror is looking so scary. Miraidon is never faster than Shadow Rider. Never. Never. Let's go, baby. Sucker Punch is gonna fly into the Shadow Rider. Bye-bye, Shadow Rider. Thank you for coming. Thank you for playing. This now becomes a 3v1 versus a Choice Scarf Kyogre who's stuck in Water Spout in the rain. I mean, in the sun. Sorry, not in the rain. In the sun. I need Cinderace to soak one at least. We're pretty bulky. And we're not fire anymore. We're good. Game's over. I can come into you and go for Sucker Punch. By coming out with Tinglu, it will bring out Vesla Ruin, lower the special attack set of this Kyogre. allow my Cinderace to survive another water spout and be able to get off another sucker punch in the following turn. Look how much damage that does, baby. Look how much damage that does. Yep, there's the water spout in the sun, less HP, Vessel of Ruin being out. Cinderace though, all day, baby. Game over. GG's. Thank you for playing. Thank you for coming. When I make teams, I just cook, guys. I just cook. Cinderace without sucker punch. Whew. 3 tapping. If Cinderace survives this, it's the GOAT. That's disrespectful. That's straight up disrespectful. Cinderace. And I bet you we survive another one. I bet you Cinderace survives another one. Battle's gonna be canceled. 3-1 with the Cinderace squad, baby. What a performance from the little bunny. GG's. Well, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Our Libero Cinderace with the Choice Scarf running Mud Slap, Sucker Punch, Powerball, and U-Turn team is complete. And honestly, absolute domination. I mean, only losing 1 match out of the 4. Only played 4 matches, going 3-1 with this team. Didn't cut anything out. Cinderace just absolutely dominated. And we lost that third game due to just being a really bulky stall team. And 1 good play with its Terrestrialize its Fairy. But nevertheless, Cinderace doing phenomenal work. Mudslap being able to land onto MIRAIDON twice, or MIRAIDON 1. Oh yeah, landed on the MIRAIDON 1 in the first game. Had it missed the parabolic charge, and then in the third match that we lost, we went for another Mudslap into the Glimora, and it missed both of its mortal spins onto Tinglu and Cinderace. So Cinderace doing great stuff, going for Sucker Punch onto the Shadow Rider in that last one. It was just all over the place. Such a versatile Pokemon. Really, really cool. Really, really fun. Really, really strong. And this is what it's about, baby. We're back with building teams. Make sure to hit the like button. I really appreciate it. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, please feel free to leave a like down below and subscribe if you're new to the channel. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.